Are you stuck in tutorial hell right now? Not sure how to start building and learning with React? Well, hands-on experience will always trump theoretical knowledge. So I'm sharing with you the 5 best React projects for beginners in order. Howdy folks, my name is Liam and I've built dozens of React applications, both big and small, over the last 6 years, and I've learned a lot. But I remember first starting out and being daunted by these huge tech tutorials, not understanding the concepts, not being able to follow along, and not being able to remember the basics I've just gone over. So I've put together a list of React projects you can tackle as a beginner in order so you can master the basic concepts of React. Let's get started. Starting with an FAQ accordion. Essentially starting with just a single component building an FAQ accordion is a great exercise. You can start with the most basic React setup possible and practice the fundamentals. Building this will involve learning how to manage simple state, styling through your framework of choice, click events, possibly animation, and you can even practice breaking down this one component into smaller ones. I'd highly recommend using Front-End Mentor's challenge page, where they've got a great design, a brief to go along with it, assets, and everything you could want to start the project. Project number 2, a product list with a cart. Now that you know how to build a basic component with props and click events, this product list page will further that knowledge by creating a list of components. This design also includes a cart in the sidebar, which will involve some more work with state. This will build on the basics you've learned with the first project and further them by implementing user effect with data fetching for list, possibly context for sharing state between the sidebar and the list, hooks, more click events, and typing data so that using data, for example, for the order total is easier done with the correct number types. You can make your own. You can style the list items in any way you want, implement static JSON data, or use an API that you've always wanted to play with. Front-End Mentor has another great example design with a challenge you can do and submit. Number 3, a contact form. You should be comfortable with a few concepts in React before getting to this project, as it will really test your usage of state and be able to handle events. When implementing this contact form, you'll quickly realize there are probably more efficient ways to handle state than how you're currently doing it. Handling forms in React is a thing in and of itself. This would be a good opportunity to read up on other examples to see how handling more data and inputs can be done better. Again, and this is the last one for now, this is not sponsored by them, but you'll find a great example on Front-End Mentor. Number 4, your own portfolio website. By now, you'll have covered most of the basic concepts of React, building out components, nesting and looping components, managing some basic state, etc. The next project is to build your own personal portfolio website. This might sound overwhelming, but you can keep things as simple or as complex as you want. You can choose to build out multiple pages with something like React Router, or keep it simple with multiple indexed HTML files. You can play around with styling and even attempt a simple dark mode switch. It's your portfolio, so make it how you want, but the best skills you can build on during this project are learning how to handle routing, creating templates for pages, importing content through static files or an external store, handling global state. Have fun with it. I use onepagelove.com as a source for inspiration when I'm lacking ideas on a design for something I'm building. Number 5, a Pokédex. Pokemon fan or not, I think building a web-based Pokédex is an amazing project everyone should try. You gotta catch all the React experience to be the very best. Okay, no more Pokemon quips. This project is great to do because it reiterates over all the skills you gathered previously that brings them all together. Routing, data fetching, components, lists, templates, effects, state events, and so on. This is a project you can create and enhance the more you learn. And make sure to check out this example website, Pokédex.org. It's free and it has all their code in an open source GitHub repository, which is really handy to browse through for inspiration. Also, check out Poker API as a source to pull information from. So, I've completed all the examples. Where do I go from here? The best answer I can give to this is to keep expanding the Pokédex example. If you're using something like GitHub, create a V1 release when you finish your first project build, then you've got something complete. And then look at what features you want to implement and what React concepts you want to learn, and then release new versions from there. There's so many things you could learn in React, but it's better to learn as you go for the things that you need when you need them. Want to implement page transitions? Look at Frame Emotion. Want to save your favorite Pokemon and have a login function? Then look at how React State can play with things like cookies and local storage. If you found this video useful and want to save even more time, Then watch this next video where I share 30 programming truths I know at 30 that I wish I knew at 20.